Dear learners, welcome to you all wherever you are. I am Chandrasekhar Sikdar, lecturer of English, Dhaka Shiksha Board, Laboratory School and College. Dear learners, this is the fifth consecutive and the concluding class of modifiers. In our previous classes, we discussed the types of modifiers as well as the most common techniques of modifiers up to number 16. So today I shall talk about the rest of the techniques and then I will show you how to solve the question that appears in the exam related to these topics. Okay, so let's start. So we will start from 16. You see, if you find modifier with an appositive in the parenthesis, then write additional information about the noun phrase using the following structure. You see, Mr. Shekhar, this is the example, a lecturer of English will teach us modifiers. Here, a lecturer of English, this is appositive because it gives the additional information of the subject noun Mr. Shekhar. Okay, now you should know how to construct a noun phrase. Okay, first of all, determiner plus adjective phrase or adjective plus noun. In this way you can construct an appositive. Okay, and the second one is noun plus prepositional phrase. For example, Solomon, the wise king, was the husband of Queen Sheba. Here you see the determiner, wise, it is an adjective, and then king, this is noun, and Solomon, this is noun phrase or noun. So the wise king, this is a noun phrase. And how do you construct a determiner? You say determiner, then adjective or adjective phrase, adjective wise, and then noun king. So following this structure we can construct a noun phrase. Okay, and that is the wise king. So Solomon, the wise king, was the husband of Queen Sheba. Here the wise king, this is an appositive. In the second example, you see Tithonus, their youngest child, is very meritorious. Here you see there, this is a possessive determiner, and youngest child is a noun phrase. So in this way you can construct, determiner, you see determiner, and then noun phrase, you can construct an appositive. So their youngest child, this is an appositive, and it gives the additional information of Tithonus. And in the third example, the living room, the biggest room in the house, looks like a beautiful garden. In this sentence, the biggest room, this is a noun phrase, and in the house, this is a prepositional phrase. And you see, noun plus prepositional phrase, combining these two things, you can construct a noun phrase, and that will act as an appositive. And here you see the biggest room in the house, this is an appositive. Now technique number 17. If you find modify with an adjective phrase in the parenthesis, that means in the bracket, then you will construct an adjective phrase. For example, he won the race with a black horse. With a black horse, this is an adjective phrase. And in the second one, we lay down under the slightly blue sky. Here, slightly blue sky, this is an adjective phrase. And now the question arises, how can we construct adjective phrase? There are some techniques, and the first one, adverb plus adjective. If we combine adverb and adjectives, then it will create an adjective phrase. For example, the distinguishably fat dog chased the girl. Here you see distinguishably, this is an adverb, fat, this is an adjective. So distinguishably fat, this is an adjective phrase. And the second one, adverb phrase plus adjective. You see the example, the quite distinguishably fat dog chased the girl. Here, quite distinguishably, this is an adverb phrase. How? Here you see adverb of degree, that is quite, and adverb distinguishably. So this is an adverb phrase, and then adjective dog. So the quite distinguishably fat, this is an adjective phrase. How? Because combining with adjective phrase quite distinguishably plus adjective, it becomes an adjective phrase. Okay. Now the next one, adjective plus prepositional phrase. Okay. Here you see the orphan is happy for the new parents. Here you see happy, this is adjective. For the new parents, this is prepositional phrase. So combining with this adjective and prepositional phrase, you can construct an adjective phrase. So happy for the new parents, this is an adjective phrase. Next, adjective plus to plus verb phrase. You can also construct an adjective phrase following this structure. For example, I am glad to meet you. Here, glad is an adjective, then to, and then meet you. This is verb phrase, verb plus noun. So, I am glad to meet you. Here, glad to meet you. This is an adjective phrase. Okay. And the next one, and there is another example. They are anxious to attend the class. Here you see anxious. This is an adjective, and then to. This is and then attend the class, this is verb phrase, verb plus noun phrase. Okay, so anxious to attend the class, this is an adjective phrase. And the next technique is adjective and then noun clause. Combining these two things, you can construct an adjective phrase. I am aware that the shipment would be late. Here, aware, this is an adjective, and that the shipment would be late, this is a noun clause. So combining these two things, we can construct an adjective phrase. So here, aware that the shipment would be late is an adjective phrase. Now, the question arises, how can we identify or how can we construct a noun clause? You see, noun clause are defined as subordinate clause, and you see, subordinate clause starts with a subordinate conjunction that. So that the shipment would be late, this is a noun clause. Now, technique number 18. If you find modify with an adverb phrase in the parenthesis, in the bracket, then you will construct an adverb phrase. For example, time goes very quickly. Here, very quickly is an adverb phrase. Now you need to know how to construct an adverb phrase. Okay? There are several ways to construct an adverb phrase. Number one, verb plus determiner. You see, very few people have heard it. Here, very adverb, few determiners. So adverb plus determiner, combining these two things, we can construct an adverb phrase. So very few, this is an adverb phrase. Again, adverb plus noun phrase. You see, that is quite a tree. That is quite a tree. Quite, this is an adverb. A tree, this is a noun phrase. So combining this adverb and noun phrase, we can construct an adverb phrase. So quite a tree, this is an adverb phrase. Again, adverb plus pronoun. For example, there was hardly anyone at the concert. Adverb hardly, pronoun anyone. So combining these two things, adverb plus pronoun, hardly anyone, this is an adverb phrase. And then again, adverb plus prepositional phrase. We can also construct an adverb phrase combining this adverb and prepositional phrase. For example, we climbed right over the top of the hill and down again. Here you see right, this is an adverb. Over the top of the hill, this is a prepositional phrase. So combining these two things, right over the top of the hill, this is an adverb phrase. And next one, adverb plus adjective or adverb. You see, I found it extremely difficult. Here, extremely is an adverb. You see adverb. Then adjective, difficult. So combining adverb and adjective, we can construct an adverb phrase, extremely difficult. Then adverb of degree plus adverb. Okay. The baby cried very loudly. Here, very is an adverb of degree, and then loudly, this is an adverb. So combining these two things, I mean adverb of degree plus adverb, we can construct an adverb phrase. So very loudly, this is an adverb phrase. Next one, adverb plus adverb. combining an adverb, really this is an adverb, and carefully this is also an adverb. Combining these two things, really, carefully, this is an adverb phrase. Now technique number 19. If you find modify with an infinitive phrase in the parenthesis, then use to plus verb plus noun phrase. One thing you should remember, I discussed in our previous class, and that is modify with an infinitive. If you find modify with an infinitive, then just use to plus verb. But modify with an infinitive phrase, then you have to use to plus verb plus noun phrase. For example, I am busy to fold the laundry. Here, to infinitive, then fold, this is a verb, and the laundry, this is a noun phrase. So combining these three things, to fold the laundry, this is an infinitive phrase. But if in the question if it was written modify with an infinitive, then the answer would be to fold, not the laundry. Okay, I am busy to fold. But since it is an infinitive phrase, so we have to add another noun phrase, to fold the laundry. In the second example, we formed a committee to maintain peace. The same way, to, then verb, then again noun or noun phrase. And technique number 20. If you find modify with a prepositional phrase in the parenthesis, then use preposition plus noun phrase or preposition plus noun. For example, keep your book in the corner. Here in is a preposition and the corner, this is a noun phrase. So combining these two things, preposition and the noun phrase, we can make an infinitive phrase. We can construct a prepositional phrase. Keep your book in the corner. In the corner, this is a prepositional phrase. And in the second example, Rina gave a pen to Kabir. Here, to, this is preposition, and Kabir, this is noun. So preposition plus noun. Combining this preposition and noun, we can construct a prepositional phrase. Rina gave a pen to Kabir. Now, technique number 21. If you find modifier with an adjective clause in the parenthesis, then you should write first of all a relative pronoun and for example who, whom, whose, that, and which. Okay, then subject and then verb, or you can write a relative pronoun then verb. Okay, for example, pizza which we love is not very healthy. Here you see which, this is a relative pronoun, and then subject we, and then verb love. So you see relative pronoun, then subject, then verb. Combining these three things, we can make an adjective clause. So which we love, this is an adjective clause. And here one thing you should remember, in adjective clause you will find an antecedent. Okay, here antecedent which indicates pizza. Okay, and the second one, the architect who designed this church was a man of genius. Here you see a relative pronoun, and then instead of subject you will find a verb. Okay, and then the additional word, the church. So you see relative pronoun, then verb, who designed. Okay, so who designed this church, this is an adjective clause. And now technique number 22. If you find modify with an adverbial clause in the parenthesis, then construct an adverbial clause. Okay, for example, put the ingredients on the table before they are mixed. Here, before they are mixed, this is an adverbial clause. The player were determined that they would perform better in the second half. So here you see that they would perform better in the second half. This is an adverb, adverbial clause or adverb clause. Okay, now the question arises, how can we say this is an adverb clause, or how can we construct this is an adverb clause? You should remind a few things, that an adverb clause is a group of words that function as an adverb in a sentence, number one. Then the clause can modify or describe verbs or adverbs and adjectives. Okay, and then this is very important. How can we identify? If you make question with when, where, why, how much, or under what condition the action takes place, in the sentence, then you will get an adverb clause. Okay. For example, you see, before then put the ingredients on the table. Where to put the ingredients? On the table. So it indicates a place. Okay. The players were determined. What did the player determine? They determined that they would perform better in the second half. So we can see that we can make question with when, where, why, how much, or under what condition the action take place. Then you will get an adverb clause. Okay, an adverb clause begins with a subordinate conjunction. You see these two example. It begins with a subordinate conjunction before and that. Okay, but doesn't have both a subject and a verb. And here you see an adverb clause. Perhaps sounds from the outside. Okay, no matter. So in the two examples, you see before they are mixed and that they would perform better in the second half. These two are adverbial clause. Now, dear students, we have already discussed, or we have already completed almost all the techniques of modifiers. Now I will show you how you will encounter question number 9 in the examination that is related to your exam based on these rules. Okay, you see in the examination you will see these types of question. Read the following text and use modifiers as directed in the blank space. Okay, and for this 5 number is given. Okay, see this is the question. This is a question pattern. Okay, it was a hot day. Within the parenthesis or in the bracket you see use a noun adjective to pre-modify the noun. Okay, noun adjective, that means here you have to put a noun that will work, that will function as an adjective. So the answer would be a noun. Here you see summer. It was a hot summer day. A dash crow flew all over the fields looking for water. Pre-modify the noun. Pre-modify the noun, that means you have to use an adjective. Okay, so here you have to use an adjective. You see thirsty crow, this is an adjective. Okay, for a long time she could not find any water. Okay, she felt, use an intensifier to pre-modify the adjective. Intensifier, I told you that you have to use such a word to give more emphasis or stress. Okay, so very is the common intensifier. She felt very weak, almost giving up hope. Suddenly she saw a water jug before her. She flew. Post modify the verb. Post modify the verb, that means you have to now use an adverb to see if there was any water inside. So you have to now put a suitable adverb. Okay, so it might be down. She flew down to see if there was any water inside. Yes, she could see some water inside the jug. The crow tried. Use an infinitive phrase to post modify the verb. Infinitive phrase. Okay, now can you remember to plus verb, then you can use a noun phrase. To plus verb plus noun phrase, and in this way you can construct an infinitive phrase. Okay, so you can write the crow tried to drink the water. You see, to infinitive, then verb drink, and then noun phrase the water. Okay, to drink the water. Suddenly she found that the neck of the jug was in the next sentence, push the jug down for the water to flow, but she found dash in the bracket, use a demonstrative to pre-modify the noun jug too heavy. Here you have to use a demonstrative. Demonstrative means demonstrative pronoun, these, that, those. So you can here use a demonstrative pronoun. that jug too heavy. The crow thought, use a phrase to post modify the verb. Here you see, to post modify the verb. Adverb always modifies the verb, so you can use here an adverb. The crow thought, and since you are asked to use a phrase, so you have to use now an adverb phrase. And adverb phrase, how can we construct? Adverb plus prepositional phrase. In this way we can construct an adverb phrase. So the crow thought seriously or deeply over the matter. Okay, what to do? Use participle to pre-modify the verb. Participle. Yes, participle you can use either present participle or past participle. If you use present participle, use ing verb with ing, and past participle, the past participle, that means verb 3, past participle of main verb. So you can use a participle. Okay. She saw some pebbles. So the answer might be looking around. Okay. Looking around, she saw some pebbles. She had a good idea. Pre-modify the verb. Pre-modify the verb, that means you have to use now an adverb. So we can say she suddenly had a good idea. She started picking up the pebbles one by one, dropping each into the jug. As more and more pebbles filled the jug, the water level kept rising. Soon it is high. Now post-modify the adjective. Post-modify the adjective, that means you have to now use an adverb. Okay, for the crow to drink. So we can use a suitable adverb, and that is enough. Okay. Now remember, enough is sometimes acts as an adverb and sometimes acts as an adjective. So here it acts as an adverb. It was high enough for the crow to drink. The crow quenched its thirst and flew away. So this is the question pattern that comes in the examination, and you see I answered all these riddles, all these problems using the rules that I have discussed in our consecutive 5 classes. So dear learners, now we are at the verge of our session, and we have already discussed the most common techniques of modifiers as well as the question pattern that comes in the examination, and I hope you have understood it very well. Now it is your duty to practice it more and more regularly. Okay, and then you will find that this topic is really easy. No more here. Thank you very much. Take care. Be safe and sound. Bye.